variation with potential difference V of a current in a semiconductor diode is shown to you. That is a diode. Use figure 6.1 to describe quantitatively the resistance of the diode in the range of 0 volt to 0.25 volt. 0 volt to 0.25 volt. So where is 0.25 volt? For us it is 0 and 1 2 3 4 5. This is half of that, so it is basically 0.25 volt. So from 0 volt to 0.25 volt, is there any current?
No,
Nahi hai na
sir.
current. So when there is no current, basically the resistance is equals to 0. So you will simply write that as I is equals to 0, so R is equals to infinity. Yeah, there is infinite resistance. The variation,
मतलब कि
if
ज्यादा
any,
रेजिस्टेंस है?
बहुत या रेजिस्टेंस जब बहुत ज्यादा होगी तो करंट आपका कम हो जाएगा, और जब रेजिस्टेंस बहुत ही ज्यादा हो जाएगी तो करंट वुड बी डिक्रीज्ड एज मच एज पॉसिबल. सो फॉर convenience we say that when something goes to zero, yani when some value decreases to zero, the other value increases to infinity. Okay. The variation, if any, in the resistance of the diode as V changes from 0.75 to 1 volt. 0.75 is where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is your 0.75. So from 0.75, from this point to this point, what about the gradient of the graph? Because that IV graph is there. So in IV characteristics, I told you that gradients are there. Yani, either its gradient is equals to resistance, because it is IV graph, so it's 1 upon gradient is equals to resistance. So what about the gradient? Isn't it constant?
Sir, yes, sir. It's increasing and constant.
नहीं, increasing नहीं है. Increasing gradient ये होता है. If I tell you the gradient, like this is gradient, here gradient is equals to 0, here gradient is constant, either this or this, it is constant gradient. ठीक है? This is
सर तो
constant
इंक्रीजिंग
gradient.
कौन सा होता है?
मैं बताता हूँ. This is increasing gradient or this is increasing gradient. Okay?
ओके सर.
This is your positive gradient, this is your negative. In the same way, this is your positive gradient, this is negative, but increasing gradient. And decreasing gradient is something like this, that either this way or this way. This is your decreasing gradient. Okay? Decreasing
यस सर.
gradient. So definitely this is positive, this is negative, but decreasing on both sides. So that is constant gradient. It means resistance is constant. Got it? Gradient is constant, so resistance is constant. Is this clear to you? Clear?
यस सर.
Okay, now this is very interesting question, and basically this is related to the resistivity and resistance of the wire. Go to that. It can be solved by different methods, for example, by Kirchhoff's law, which we have not yet studied, or it can be studied by the potential divider and voltage divider rules, right? A battery of electromotive force 12 volt with negligible internal resistance is connected with a uniform resistance wire XY, a fixed resistor, and a variable as shown in the way. Everything is there. Okay, so that this is the wire XY, and this is the point Z. Till that, its length is how much? 1.6 meter. Got it? The fixed resistance has the fixed resistor has a resistance of 5 ohm, and the current in the battery is 2.7 ampere. Current is given to you 2.7 ampere. In the fixed resistor it is 1.5 ampere. Here is the current 1.5 ampere. Calculate the current in the resistance Y. So what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the current in resistance Y. One mark question. So as I told you, this is the potential divider circuit. so and voltage sorry, as current divider circuit both together. So what is will any what is your idea? Thank you. That total current is this much, है ना? Is the total current. So that total current will be divided into two halves or two parts. Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Are you people getting it? So out of 2.7, here the current reaching 2.7, and here if it was 1.5, so here it will be 1.2 ampere will be left behind. Is it
जी sir.
clear, है ना?
जी sir, clear
Okay,
है.
very good. Next is that determine the resistance of the variable resistor. Where is your variable resistor? This is your variable resistor. So this is very good question again, because that is the combination of potential divider and voltage current divider. I told you this is a 12-volt battery, and you know the potential difference between, let's say this is X, Y, and this is, let's say, W and Z. So what about the potential difference between W and Z? Hmm?
So potential
Voltages or potential difference between W and Z.
सर 9.6 माइनस करेंगे हम लोग उससे.
No, between W and Z, because they are directly connected with 12-volt battery. So you can simply say that potential difference between W and Z is 12 volts. ठीक है? Potential difference between W and Z is 12 volts. Just give me a second. अब आपका जो 12 volt का potential difference है ना, that potential difference will be divided here. So it means potential difference between W and Z is 12 volt. So that 12 volt will be distributed amongst two resistors across this one and across this one. Is it? And what about the current in this uh, variable resistor? Will it be 1.5 ampere? Is it? Do you agree?
yes sir.
Hmm. Now, if I'm able to find V1, which is equals to I times R1, then I can easily calculate V2. And then if I calculate V2, I can calculate R2 by using V is equals to IR formula again. Is it? So let's go ahead, calculate V1. So V1 is equals to 1.5 times 5, because resistance is 5 ohm, current is 1.5. So what will be your answer? 7.5 volt. Enough?
जी sir.
Are you people getting? It means 7.5 volts are dropped here out of 12 volt. So what is the remaining value? V2 क्या हो जाएगा आपके पास? V2 is basically 12 minus 7.5, which is equals to 12 minus 7.5. Yes, 12 minus 7.5 is 4.5. Yeah, yeah, 5.5. Calculator. Do you have calculator?
जी sir है मेरे पास.
करो शाबाश. 12 5.5 होगा ये. ठीक है, तो it means voltage is 2 or V2 is 5.5. So simply apply R is equals to V divided by I. So what are the voltages? 5.5 divided by 1.5. So what answer you are getting? Yeah, yeah. Do you have calculator?
No, sir.
Oh man, you forgot your calculator at the school,
Uh,
huh?
no,
Oh my, not at all. And
no,
आपके पास में
that's
calculator नहीं है मोहसिन?
नहीं सर मेरे पास है।
Calculations करो ना यार,
I
5.5
will
divided by
just
1.5 करके दो जल्दी से.
I will just use computer calculator. 3.7.
3.7. दूसरा कैलकुलेटर क्यों नहीं है तुम्हारे पास भी? Is it clear to all?
यस सर।
Okay. Now this question is basically getting horrible and horrible with 1 mark, 2 marks, and now it is for 3 marks. The wire XY has a length of 2 meters. What is the total length of the wire? 2 meters. And the distance till point Z, the distance of the wire is 1.6 meter. The fixed resistor connected to the variable resistor is at point W. Determine the potential difference between W and Z. 3 marks question. What we have to do? We have to determine the potential difference between W and Z. So this question has a thrill. This question has a twist there. Just see what is the twist actually. The twist is, if you see what is the length of the wire? 2 meter wire है ना ये. Just a second, man. I will add a page here. Minute. Oh, that is fine. I will solve at the same page. No problem. Okay, what is the length of the wire? The total length of the wire is 2 meters. Is it? Total length is 2 meter. And what is length XZ? That is 1.6 meter. And then what is the length YZ? 0.4 meter. Is it? Are you getting my point or not?
Nice. Getting.
Okay. Now the problem will be because the resistance of the wire is directly proportional to length and potential difference is directly proportional to resistance. That means that potential difference is directly proportional to length. Are you getting my point? Hmm? What was the total resistance of the wire? The total resistance of the wire is, I think, that is not given to us. Or is it given anywhere? No, it is not given. No issue at all. No issue. We can manage it. Okay. So is this clear to all? There is a logic behind that. I have to fix your concept and then I will move on. So is this point clear that resistance is directly proportional to length? So and voltage is directly proportional to resistance. It means voltage is directly proportional to length. So it means that if I say that total voltages are directly proportional to total length and voltages between W and Z, they are directly proportional to length between W and Z. Do you people agree with this logic or not?
यस सर।
Sorry, Z and Y, not W and Z. Sorry, Z and Y. Z and Y or YZ kar lete hain, YZ kar lete hain. So if I divide these two equations, so can I say that total voltages divided by voltages, unknown voltages, that is equals to total length divided by unknown length? Can I say that? Actually, I will go back to this formula in my next chapter as well, in the rheostat or the chapter of potentiometer. but that is valid here. So total voltages are 12 volts, and voltages between the Y and Z, voltages between Y and Z are unknown. Y and Z, they are unknown. The length of the wire is 2 meter, and the length of that Y and Z segment is 0.4 meter. So please calculate VYZ for me. That will be 12 into 0.4. It will be 4.8 divided by 2. So it would become 2.4 volt. How much voltages are there between that segment of the wire? 2.4 volt. Are you getting my point?
हाँ जी सर.
Hmm. Now what was the potential difference across this wire, this resistor? The potential difference potential difference across this resistor was 12 minus 7.5. Is it 12 minus 7.5? So it was 5.5 volt. 5.5 volt, isn't it? Now this is very important technique to understand. This is the positive terminal of the battery. This is negative terminal of the battery. It means this is at zero potential, or zero potential level. This is your point Z. Okay, till point Z the voltages are 2.4 volt, and till point W the voltages are 5.5 volt, because the value of voltages is zero. It means W has a potential, yeah, V of W is 5.5 times zero potential. Yani from this point it is 5.5 times greater, or you can say in another words that it is 5.5 plus 0. And what about potential difference at Z? That is also greater than that. That means it is 2.4 volt plus 0. So it means the potential at W, yeah, voltages at W are 5.5 volts, and voltages at Z is 2.4 volt. So when you are going to find out the potential difference, just potential difference is V at W minus V as at Z. So just subtract both of them. 5.5 minus 2.4. So what will be your answer? 3.2 volts. Is it clear to you?
जी सर clear.
It is that question which basically creates a problem for the students. So please consider it as your task. And if you people think that yes, you can do, then it's good. Otherwise, you have to practice it again. The resistance of the variable resistor is now increased. Variable resistor is, where is variable resistor? This. Its resistance is increased. When you will increase its resistance, these voltages would increase definitely, because voltages are directly proportional to R. So 5.5 would increase, right? 5.5 would increase. By considering the current, every part of the circuit, state and explain whether the total power produced by the battery decreases or increases. Yes. I told you that when you are increasing the resistance, current would decrease and battery current will decrease. So definitely power of the battery is V into I. So that will decrease. Is it clear? So this is basically how you have to consider these all. Now your homework is question number 2. That is your homework. Question number 3 is your homework. Question number 4 is your homework. Question number 5 is your homework. You will say that I'm not giving you the homework for easy questions, so you can take it as a homework. Then this is related to wire efficiency, number density. So this can be your homework. Not question number 7. Yeah, this is your question number 8 is your homework. But no need of this part. Just or you can just leave this question, no issue at all. There are so many other questions for addressing for this discussion. I have no problem at all. Then question number 8 is your homework. Dekho, you have to derive it. Then yes, question number 12 is your homework. What about 11? Yeah, that is your homework. And yeah, question number 13 is your homework. Are you people noting it down?
हाँ जी सर.
आपने ना एक और काम करना बेटा. Question number 15 is your homework. Just type this message on the group also. ठीक है, these are the homework questions. ठीक है, question number mention कर लेना. And question number 16 is your homework. That's it. ठीक है. Till Monday, I believe that it would be your good effort that if you people will solve these all questions. Then I will go to the rest of the questions. I mean, rest of the topic. तो ये वाला मैं खुद समझाऊंगा पहले. Then I will go back. Yeah, that's it. 16 questions are enough for you. In 16, entire 16 or not? Yeah, this question, sorry, question number 30. Because we just did the same type of question. So question number 30 can be added to your homework. That's it. Okay?
ठीक है सर.
Just you have to type it at the group also. And inshallah, uh, I will discuss the problems which you people will face during discussion, or you people will face during solving these questions. So please try to solve each and every question which I have mentioned. Okay? Okay. See you then, inshallah, in my next class.
See you soon. Allah Hafiz.
See you. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.
अल्लाह हाफिज़ सर.
Allah Hafiz.